Hi, and welcome to our instructional video that is designed to make you a smarter gambler. My name is Steve Bourie, and I'm the author of the American Casino Guide, the #1 best-selling book in the U.S. on the subject of casino gambling and travel, and the only book that comes with over $1,000 in casino coupons. If you want to know more about our book, be sure to visit our website at americancasinoguide.com. And if you have a smartphone or tablet, be sure to download our free app. Just go to the App Store or the Google Play Store and search for American Casino Guide. In this video, I visit the 2014 Global Gaming Expo in Las Vegas, which is one of the world's largest trade shows for the casino gaming industry. At this show, which is held in late September of each year, gaming manufacturers and suppliers from all over the world display their latest products and technologies to casino executives. It's a great show to attend because visitors can try out all the newest slot machines before they are available to the general public. Plus, there are many celebrity appearances and other fun events. In this segment, I speak with Ian Hughes, who is the Vice President of Global Services at GLI, Gaming Laboratories International, which is the world's largest independent testing facility for electronic gaming machines. GLI is contracted by the state of Nevada to test all of their gaming machines, and I asked Ian about how that testing process works. I'm here with Ian Hughes from GLI, Gaming Labs International, which is the world's largest testing facility, independent testing facility?
That's right, Steve. Yeah, we test for over 400 jurisdictions around the world for all types of regulated gaming products.
Okay, so if you do a particular jurisdiction, well, let's ask in the United States, how many states have their own testing labs?
There's only a few that has their own testing labs. State of New Jersey has their own lab and Philadelphia, but generally all the states in the United States use an independent testing lab, such as here in the state of Nevada. We do all the testing for the state of Nevada Gaming Control Board, so we test all the products prior to them being deployed into the field or casinos.
Okay, are there other states in the U.S. where you test the gaming machines?
Yes, we test for the majority of the states across the United States, from East Coast to West Coast. So, pretty much every state in the United States would use GLI for their testing. So certainly the majority, apart from 2 or 3.
All right. So New Jersey has its own testing lab. How would your testing system be any different than say the state of New Jersey's testing lab?
Well, I think the approach is the same. I mean, all the states have a very vigorous set of requirements that the manufacturers have to meet. And so the technical requirements are essentially the same. The machines have to be fair. They have to have a random number generator. And it's up to the lab, whether it be a state lab or an independent lab, that the manufacturers satisfy those requirements that are laid out.
All right, so if a manufacturer has a new slot machine and they want to introduce it to the market, I imagine they go to you first and you test the chips on the machines?
Yeah, that's right. So it's a long process. So if a manufacturer has a new platform, the hardware, the cabinet, the base, etc., we look at a number of things. So we make sure that it communicates correctly with the system, to make sure that the casino can read the information, that the player is getting their player points and all those types of things. One of the key things is we look at the random number generator, making sure that the machine is random, that it has a fair chance, that it pays what it's supposed to pay. We make sure that the prizes all pay the correct amount. So if you get 3 jacks on the machine, you're getting paid the right number of credits. If you put money into the machine, you're getting the right amount of credits for that. So basically that the machine meets the rules to protect the player, protect the jurisdiction, protect the market. The public has to have a high degree of confidence that the machines do what they're expected to do.
All right, so now you work with the Gaming Commission in each of these particular states. So once you get this report, you would send a report to the actual Gaming Commission?
It varies from state to state, from jurisdiction, but generally that's how it works. If we find a fault during the testing, like let's say a manufacturer sends something in a GLI and our engineers find that the machine didn't pay the correct amount, then the first thing is we let the manufacturer know. This hasn't even gone into the field yet. And then the manufacturer would redesign, recode that piece of software, resubmit it back to the lab. We would look at it, make sure that it's fixed, and then once everything meets the requirements, we give a report back to the manufacturer. And sometimes we send a report directly to the regulator, or sometimes the manufacturer has to provide that with other information to the regulator. The regulators have which is the Gaming Control Boards. have an online access to our database and systems. So a lot of things are done electronically, so they can see in real time these types of things. We load up security certificates to make sure that the machine software is correctly signed, and there's it's a very technical process, but there's a lot of online information there.
Okay, now once the machine is actually out in the casino, I would imagine each machine has a set of approved chips that could be in that particular machine.
That's exactly right, yes.
Okay, so now what happens, how does the gaming control board, do they do periodic inspections to make sure that the proper chips are in these machines?
They do. So there's a couple of things. First of all, the casino operator themselves might periodically inspect the machines. There's a couple of different ways to do that. They can remove the software, put it into a independent machine, such as a Cobotron machine or a GLI Verify machine. And what that does is it verifies the signature on the software and makes sure that that matches a certification report to make sure that the software in operation is actually the approved software. The machines also connect to an online system, and so if there's any software changes, the system will identify that. And then the machines themselves, when you start up the machine, it does a signature check. So there's a number of different ways, and as you said, the casino, the regulatory inspectors, the gaming control boards, also send their inspection staff, and they would verify the software themselves.
Now, do you know what would be involved if in a particular state, if they found the wrong chip on a machine, say it was approved for one machine and it was accidentally put in a different machine, and can something like that happen?
It can happen. There's obviously processes in place to ensure that that does not happen. Different jurisdictions have different approaches to it. The casino could receive a fine in terms of a violation, so they could receive a violation notice, depending on how bad it is. If it's a piece of software that's obsolete and it hadn't been updated, but it was still previously approved, it may not be so as bad as a piece of software that was never approved in the first place. So it really does depend on what it is.
Okay, now, one thing that you had mentioned was that some of these are online, that the machines are checked online. But now, are you talking about server-based gaming, or are you talking about individual machines? Because it's my understanding that server-based gaming is not really that widespread yet. And if a casino wanted to change a chip, they'd have to go in and manually pull it out and put in another one?
That's that's changing. More of the software is downloadable within the casino environment. But you're right. When I meant online, I meant more about an in-venue monitoring system. So within the casino, all the machines talk back to a central system, which is hosted within the casino. And that online communication means that if I take a ticket or a voucher to a machine, I can cash that in. If I put my player's card into the machine, all that information is within the network. I'm not talking about online, such as the internet or interactive gaming, but more within the casino network.
Okay, do you also work with state gaming agencies that do server-based gaming?
Absolutely, yes. And server-based gaming is becoming more popular. It gives operators more ability to change software out on a faster basis. So we do a lot of work on the online, more work on that downloadable server-based gaming as well.
Okay. Now, on our site, we get a lot of people who go and play these machines, and they make comments. And the biggest comment we get all the time is people say, well, I went in there and I lost my money. And I try to explain that, if you're going to a casino, you're supposed to lose your money. But they get upset, and then they say, oh, well, the machines in this casino, I'm sure they're only set to pay back 15%, or they're only set to pay back 20%. Now, personally, I've been writing about casinos for a long time, slot machines, and I've never seen a chip set to less than, I think, 82% was the lowest I've seen. Do you have any comments on this for the people who think they go in there and these machines are set to only give back 15% of the money they take in?
Right. Well, the minimum return to player percentage, which is what you're talking about, is set by each state. And so you're right. Most jurisdictions will set the minimum return to, say, 85%. So no machine can have a payback percentage below that amount. Different states and different jurisdictions have a different minimum, but all the machines have to pay at or above that minimum, and that's a big part of the requirements that we do. In addition to that, the operator has to monitor the machines and identify if the return to player percentage is ever playing below the minimum return. And if it is, then, it has to be replaced or looked into. But, test labs such as GLI ensure that the minimum is always returned.
All right, one last question for you now, and I'm sure our viewers are interested in this. How do you win on a slot machine?
Well, it's completely random. It's completely random. So, if you play them long enough, I guess you're going to get a win. But as you said, that minimum return on player percentage is always going to be there. So I don't know how to win a slot machine, and if someone ever did, then they have to play fair to all players. So we'll make sure that there was nothing that you could exploit on a soft machine to make that the case.
Ian Hughes from Gaming Labs International GLI. Thank you very much for your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Don't forget that you can see more of our educational gambling videos on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/American Casino Guide.